Hello everyone, welcome back. I've brought in this little tanuki. I put this little juniper on this piece of wood, I think about maybe a year and a half ago, something like that. Yeah, so it's a bit dirty at the moment, a bit mossed up, but the trunk is coming from the base here. If you can see that with all the weeds, but it's coming from the base down here. It wraps around the back of this piece of wood, up over the top here, down through this kind of groove, and then up around and up there. So you see there at the back. So yeah, so I think it's very loose. The soil's very loose. There's a lot of weed in it, so I'm going to weed it. By the time I weed it, I'd say there's going to be things. So I'm going to repot it, probably just slip pot it into a better pot if I can, something I can tie it into, because with the wood it's kind of a bit top heavy. Yeah, so I need to think about it, what I'm going to do with it, what angle I'm going to put it into. So what I'll do is I will wire up the tree, clean it out, put some wire on it, and then we will decide on a planting angle and decide on a pot to put it into, and then we'll do a bit of styling on it once it's in the pot, so we know what way we're going to have it. Okay, so that's it at the moment. Let's give it a little spin. I've got my cup of coffee ready, so I'm just going to sit, have a little think about it, have a look at it, put the wire on it, and then we'll decide on what we're going to do. It's tricky enough with these kind of tanukis. If it was a big piece of wood that you've attached it to, but this one with all these bits around like of a piece of dead wood up inside here. So I don't know, do I bring this in front of it or behind it? So again, all has to be figured out, and all depends on what way I'm going to plant it, one angle or, well, I definitely don't think I'll be leaving it just upright like this. Okay, so I'll get on with that, do a bit of cleaning out, put a bit of wire on it, and then we'll come back then and see how we're getting on. Okay, so I've got one main wire on this branch and going up the main trunk here. I've actually wrapped it around the dead wood back here while I'm wiring, and then I came off the dead wood here onto the tree here, because when I'm bending this around, I don't want it to be pulling away from the dead wood and out to the groove. I kind of carved the groove all around so that the tree sits into the groove, and eventually hopefully we'll just fill that groove out and then start knocking like it's grew there, as they say. So doing all these small ones, I think I'll wait until I get it set in its right position, because like here I have a bar branch, one here and one here, but I don't know if I'm going to be using this one or this one yet, so I don't want to cut this one off and find it was this one I should have cut off. So what I'll do is I will slip it into another pot. I'll get all the weeds out, we'll slip it into another pot at the angle I want, tie it in. It's also hard to wire it when the tree is moving about in the pot like this. We'll wire it in, and then when it's good and solid, then we'll do the light wire on these guys and we'll have a look. Okay, so next job will be to get all these weeds out and see what's left of the soil. The soil is soaking at the moment. So we'll grow with something that looks good. Yeah, so we'll get a bit of clean out, and then we'll get into a new pot, and then we'll have a look. We'll come back then and have a look at it. Okay, so I have it in a new pot. It's rock solid in that pot now. The reason I picked this pot is because it's got good tie down, so I can use 3 wires, so it's well and truly secured. I've angled the tree, so you can see a bit. So now it's just a matter of styling it, I didn't want it straight up. It didn't look right straight up. In fact, if anything, if I could get it down another bit, I probably would. Okay, so now we have it where we want it. Now we can decide on which of these branches we want to keep and which ones we don't need. So I've got to start with the apex now. I'm thinking this one I probably won't need, this one growing on the top, but I need to decide on the apex. This is probably going to be the front of my tree here. So I want to be bringing this branch down anyway into here. I can bring that one down there like that. And now I'm going to try and get the apex around the front of this branch. I'll try and get that. Now another thing I could do is create a different apex up here and bring this brown branch right down, tighten it up to a smaller tree. But let's see how we get on here first. I think this one can go alright. Don't need that one. I'll take that one out of there. Now we can some of these and maybe bring these back for the apex. We've got this will be our back branch, and we'll keep a couple of these for this side. Okay, so I'll put a bit of wire on it now and then we'll come back again. Okay, so don't know about this back branch, might need to take that one off. I've kind of got these ones set now. It's kind of these lower branches, the ones above. So we'll have to see now where we go with the next few. We'll just keep working away. And this one, like I said, don't know if I need this one. Could do with these being a bit longer, to be honest. So we may leave these grow out a bit. Need a bit of length over here, and we'll see now what I'm going to do with the apex. Bring that down a bit. Okay, I'm just wiring the last little branch now, and then we should be ready to go. Some of these branches we may not use in the future, but for now I'm just going to wire them up, see what we use now, and like that when the tree is growing, hopefully it will grow, we can always change some branches in the future. Okay, so again, this back one, I don't know if I need it or not. I'm thinking not. I'm going to take that one out. So now it's just a matter of building up the apex. I've got to fix all these now because I've knocked them all when I was trying to wire this up. So what I'm going to do is bring this part down here. I'm not sure you can see what I'm doing now. Just bear with me a minute, we'll try and get it to some sort of one of my main problems I've had, to be honest, was I didn't bring the heavy wire right to the tip of this. I thought I might be cutting it off, which means the top of it is not wired, so that oh, we're getting there. Okay, I'll fiddle about with it and then we'll have a lock then, because it's going to take a little bit of fiddling. It'll only be pretty boring watching me fiddling about with it. Okay, so I think we're roughly there. Obviously it'll need a little bit of checking over, and you'll always see little bits that are in the wrong place, but it's roughly got it the way I want it. It can start growing now. All I've left to do now is give the deadwood a coat of lime sulphur, and yeah, she's ready to go, so I'll do that next. And then we'll check out the final product. So all that's left now is to give it a little coat of lime sulphur. So start up here and work our way around. And glasses back on, I think. It's going to be a bit tricky with all the dead wood on this and the branches interfering with them. We'll do what we can. Now obviously it's going to need a bit of growing. We're going to want it a bit too symmetrical at the moment. I'm going to want this growing out more, this branch maybe. Maybe even that branch, I don't know yet. We'll have to have a look at that and decide which side we want to make our lowest, biggest branch, our primary branch. But for now, this is what we have. So we've set it basically ready. Now it's just a matter of letting it grow. Just gonna we want a couple of these back branches growing as well, just to fill out the back of it. But at the moment the only back branches we have are kind of light, so I've got to wait for them to grow. There's nothing really I could bend back there to fill out the back, so we're in no hurry, we'll just let it grow and fill out them. Bend this branch up a little bit so I can get in here. And this was just I think it was a cutting. I'm not sure if it was a cutting or an early. I think it was a cutting. So it grew, so you know, so basically a tree for nothing by itself. wasn't great. It was just a one long thin tree, but you just add it to a piece of deadwood like this. It just gives it a little bit more character, a bit more age looking. Some of these branches are a bit thin. They'll end up either breaking off or we'll break them off ourselves one day. For now we'll just paint it all. Start becoming immune to the smell. I've been doing it for a while. You know, at first it stinks. Rotten eggs, but I've been doing it for a while. You get used to it. And all these little spinny little tiny bits will be knocked off at some stage, or just drop off. You get rot away. Okay, I'll keep going, I'll get it finished and then we'll have a look. Okay, so I have all the, the deadwood painted now with the lime sulphur, so we'll just let that dry. No doubt when it has dried we'll spot the places that we missed, but that's alright. The wiring, not my greatest wiring. Some places where I had to go on the deadwood, a little bit loose, but I wanted to just keep it a bit loose. I didn't want to tighten it onto the actual trunk and leave scars, but yeah, other than that I think we'll be okay. Just got to like that, let it grow. Okay, so we'll leave it dry and then we'll come back and have a look at the final product. Okay, so here's the tree finished finally. Not entirely sure which will be the exact front of it, but it'll be kind of roughly about here, I would have thought. Yeah, so let's bring it in a little bit closer. Like I said, it needs filling out now. It needs to be left to grow. There's a few branches that we will maybe work on. Like that, it's just gotta let it grow now and let it fill out, and then we'll be able to pick out the keep working on it and keep it filling out where we want it to, and keep it pruned, and then we'll try and get it growing as best we can. So yeah, I think that's about it. That's all we can do for now. Let's get a little bit of a close up of it again. The trunk, it starts from here, we're up around the back, over the top, and then round the front and round, and then back around to the back. So yeah, we'll put that on the bench and we'll leave it till next year. Okay, so as always guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you on the next one.